Hi guys, I'm here to talk to you about what I know on my bit what's not. So today I'm gonna be talking to you about the Cuba early. Now it's really good. Now good I'm facing a mod 3E and it's just a dog like he's not using a dog. He's using a GT EDU and we're using it going to go, it's like,
No, I'm just kidding. But I'm going to talk to you guys about the Q5. I think it's one of the most unloved planes and jets of, honestly, War Thunder, period. Definitely above 9.0 for sure. I'm facing the Mirage 3C. I looked it up, and is there a difference between the Mirage 2000 and 3C? I don't know. I think it's the Mirage 2003C. Is it just the name of it, or is that different? I think it's different. Either way, the Q5 doesn't have radar, and it doesn't have RWR, and it doesn't have flares. But frankly, that's okay. That's totally okay. As you see, Woody Warrior, he's not the best pilot in the world, and he'll tell you that now, I mean, obviously he just killed me, but you'll see later on that we kill each other, But Woody will say that I'm a better pilot and stuff. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I do know that I've got more hours in the Q5 than he does in the Mirage. I play this thing all the time. I've dogfought A7D Corsair 2s. I haven't dogfought Mirages, but I've dogfought F100s, other MiG-19s actually as well. Even some MiG-21s. And let me tell you something, guys, the Q5 is not to be taken lightly. If you see this plane, in my opinion, you really shouldn't take it lightly at all. It's a very capable dogfighter, and I figured out a cool trick. If you equip rockets, they can actually act as 14 flares for the Q5 early, because I guess they're heat rockets, or maybe they're just supersonic rockets. I'm not really sure how that works, but you can actually deflect radar, or sorry, not radar, but infrared guided heat-seeking missiles. You can actually deflect them or confuse them. If you turn off your burner and shoot one rocket and then half a second later shoot another one, it does work sometimes, but it's kind of unreliable. Now here, I actually just wanted to show how these couple first fights, how I died. Not that I'm a bad player or anything, but I wanted to showcase those Mirage missiles. I don't know what the stats of them are. I don't know what they are. I think they're called Magics or Matriers or something like that. Maybe I'm probably butchering that because it's not Spanish, it's French, so maybe the R is not rolled. I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure they're called Magics. Those Magic missiles are not to be taken lightly for my Q5 people, or people who are going to grind to the Q5 for an extra ground pounder for China or whatever. So let me just go ahead and say, in terms of an all-out claws and fists and nails, throwing everything at each other, I do think the Mirage is better. Not because it's got better performance. It does turn better, and it has a bit faster top speed, and it probably performs a little better at high altitude maybe, and the Delta Wing design is a very good design. It's a bit unstable, I think, but I do believe that Delta Wings can pull a lot more AOA than traditional wing designs such as the Q5. But in an all-out, not guns-only dogfight, I think the Mirage is better just because the Mirage can probably squeeze out that little bit of extra performance, get behind you, and shoot off a magic or the Matrier missile, the radar-guided missile that it has, and you're pretty much done for. However, in a guns-only fight, I do believe, now I would like for Fly Daily or like Orange Doom, not Orange Doom, I don't even think he does YouTube anymore, but Spitfire, and it's hard to think of so many of those YouTube guys, but there are a lot of great War Thunder YouTube guys who I'd love to see try the Q5. I know I'm kind of a nobody, but I like making YouTube videos just to look back on. But I did really feel like making a video about this because the Q5 really is a capable aircraft. It really is an astounding, capable, and in my opinion, very beautiful aircraft. It's a MiG-19. I don't know which model, but it's a MiG-19 with a chopped off nose, and instead of that ugly, just big suction hole or whatever the MiG-19's got, it's just it's a very sleek pointy nose with the side uh, um, air inlets for the jet engines, and I think that's a very beautiful design. Makes it very stunning aircraft. But back to the performance. Now you see here in these, I don't know if they're high G turns or if this is considered a rate fight, but in these, all of a sudden, high speed turns or low altitude turns, the Q5 excels in this. I mean, look at this. Excuse me, terribly sorry. I'm doing this in one take, so I'm not going to edit out that burp. I apologize. But I think maybe it's because Woody Warrior here isn't using the Mirage's full potential, or maybe the Mirage this is the best capabilities of the Mirage. Again, we're not including missiles, just pure turn performance, as you guys saw there, and you guys just saw me shoot him down. I do believe, and I truly believe this, the Q5, from what I've seen, and me and Woody Warrior here, we dog fought. Ooh, that was beautiful. Check that out. That was beautiful. I just wanted to comment on how amazing that pilot snipe was. Didn't even hit the plane. Just don't, and hit the pilot dead. Just a beautiful kill there. I do believe the Q5 outrates the Mirage in long turns between 300 to maybe 450 miles an hour. I think the Q5 is a bit better turning. Now, I'm not a veteran by any means. I'm really not that good at all. I'm not like that good, but I'm not bad. Anybody who says bad, you're just wrong. I'm not a bad pilot at all. It's just I'm not as good as, I got no trouble admitting I'm not as good as, say, Spitfire or even Fly Daily. Fly Daily is very good whenever he's not, you know, just talking. When he's actually concentrating, he's a very good pilot. I'm not saying I'm as good as any one of those guys, but I'm confident, and I've got a great, in my opinion, unorthodox fighting style. I don't go to the typical boom and zoom. I don't go to the typical turn fighting. I don't like zeros. I don't like planes that just excel in one thing. That's why I used to love American aircraft, because I just didn't know how to fight. I would just always run away and go back to my base and stuff, as sad and as mad as that may make people. Just what I used to do, because I didn't know how to fight at all. But now, I like planes that don't excel in anything, and they're just pretty much mediocre or decent in everything, such as the Focke-Wulf 190A8. The Focke-Wulf 190A8 is not very good at turning. Sure, that doesn't make any sense, but it's not very good at turning, I should say. That's more correct. But it can turn. If you really know what you're doing, you pull the flaps, you cut your throttle, you can really turn with just about anything that's not maybe a Spitfire Mark 9 or an LA-7 or LA-5 or whatever you might see, you know, at those higher BRs. I'm not really sure. On the Russian side, I don't think you'll see an LA-5, but I'm sure you'd see an LA-7. I don't think it's as good as any of those planes, but it can hold its own against just about anything if you know play your cards right. And the Q5, I think the Q5 is the same way. It's got great acceleration, and it's got good rate fighting capabilities, but it doesn't really excel in anything. I'll go ahead and go over the downsides. The biggest downside of this plane right now, in my opinion, speaking specifically about the Q5 early model, which is what I'm flying, it doesn't have flares, RWR, radar, or anything like that. It doesn't have anything. It's just got guns and your eyes. You have to look at your targets. You don't get any help from a lead indicator, unless of course you play arcade. Not bashing arcade players. I'm just saying you don't get any lead indicator unless you're playing arcade. Now the Q5A has radar, RWR, and flares, but again, no PL2, PL5, or upgraded PL5. I think they're called Cs or Es. China actually made PL5 missiles to go onto this thing, and by late production models, these things could actually carry a total of, I think, 5 pylons on each wing, and 2 or 3 of them per wing could be missiles. Gaijin, obviously, because they don't like for anything that's not Russian to be like super good or anything, except for the Mirage. The Mirage is like pretty much the only exception. The Mirage and maybe some Phantoms, maybe, but I don't. I think we all kind of understand Gaijin's ideology there. If it's not Russian or German, sorry, you're not really going to get anything super cool. But that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm hallucinating or whatever. I don't know. But back to the Q5. It doesn't have missiles. I am holding out hope that for at least the Q5A model, they'll add missiles, or hopefully they'll add another Q5 that's fully loaded with an internal fuel tank, an upgraded radar system. I think it's called SH something, the upgraded radar is. But either way, hopefully they get the upgraded radar, PL5Cs I think they are. Hopefully we get a fully loaded 4-missile, flare and chaff, and internal fuel tanked Q5 that can also carry 2, maybe 4 bombs. I'm holding out very little hope, but the hope is still there. But yeah, that's the biggest downside. Sorry to get off track, but that is the biggest downside of the Q5 is that none of them, as far as I can see, neither one of them can equip missiles at this point in time. Now, as much as I would love for that to happen again, I don't see that happening anytime soon. But in terms of performance, this is an amazing plane. I don't know why I don't see people bring this out more often. If you get down tiered, you actually can destroy a base in one pass with bombs and rockets. I've done it before, and that can really help the team. And you may not be able to shoot missiles, but you can dodge missiles, as you guys are going to start seeing here. Look at this. I don't know if that was... I think that was the radar-guided missile. That wasn't the Magics. The Magics are insane. I do believe that was the radar-guided missile, but, yeah, you can dodge some pretty high G-tolerance missiles and some pretty good missiles. You can dodge them with... It'll struggle, but you can easily do it. I know that doesn't make sense. You know, you'll struggle, but you can easily do it. That doesn't make sense. Let me put it in a better perspective. If you know what you're doing and you're already in a good position, you can dodge almost any missile. Maybe the R60s or the Magics, some super high tier, high BR missiles, or some exceptions, of course. Without flares, there's only so much you can do. But those pretty standard, like I say, I think it's called the Matrier, or the radar-guided missile that the Mirage has, or the AIM-7Es, or the AIM-7s, or AIM-9Bs, or AIM-9Es even. Maybe not AIM-9Js, but maybe AIM-9Js. Other than those super, like those super high-performance missiles, you can dodge just about every other type of missile, you know, and that's good. You know, you can drain the enemy team of missiles. You can do a lot of things with that ability to dodge missiles. And the Q5A with the Q5B model flares and RWR only makes that easier. Gonna quit talking here soon, but watch this. Watch this. Boom. That was one of my favorite kills that I've gotten on that Mirage so far. But yeah, I just wanted to share this. I really think the Q5 is a pretty unloved aircraft. It's a very capable aircraft. It's just everyone seems to have this idea in their head that if a jet doesn't have missiles, it sucks. And I hate to break it to you, but that's just not true. It's just not. Just because you don't have missiles, you still have a lot of options. You can kill tanks, bomb bases, kill AA in order to help prevent other planes from being shot by AA. And of course, you've still got guns. If you're pretty decent enough, you can still shoot people down with guns. Yeah, I highly recommend people giving this aircraft a shot. It's pretty good. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about it. See ya.